Hey, welcome to another show of the Pigeon Academy. I'm your host, Rodney G, aka You Talk Too Much. I'm coming to you live from New York City. And on this show, we're covering every aspect of pigeon racing, flying, show pigeon, and the flying pigeon. I want to give a special shout out to some groups that have recently gave the Pigeon Academy some love and showed us some courtesy and so forth. We want to reach out to the National Canadian Pigeon Group. Thank you for inviting us to come onto your page and post our show. We really appreciate that. We also want to thank, I'm going to tell you, site administrators, your members reach out to us and ask us to become members of your show. They want to see our show on your page. A gentleman named Toucan from Minnesota asked us to join Pigeon Central. We came on to Pigeon Central. We put the show on. We got a chance to communicate with the site administrator. We want to give a special out to Toucan and his people with the Backyard Pigeon League. These guys are out in Minnesota. They're getting young people involved in the hobby. They're getting them motivated. They're keeping them off the streets. They're keeping them out of trouble. Guys out of Minnesota, Toucan, you guys keep up the outstanding work you guys are doing out there. Some of the local guys have also approved us to come on to their site and post our show, the Pigeon Academy. We appreciate what you're doing. I hope you guys are appreciating what we're doing. We're here to move the sport forward and have a great time and enjoy this great hobby. Whether you're flying, racing, or you got the show pigeons, we're here to enjoy this. Let me tell you what some of the things that we're plugging today on the show. We got some information on the ATU, the American Tippler Union group. We got some information on that. We've got some information on the numbers that the show has recently produced. And let me say this. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're now also on Twitter at Pigeon Academy 1. So during the day, if you want to talk about birds, you got a question, give us a tweet at Pigeon Academy 1. Reach out on Twitter. That's where we are. We're going to also we've done a video today. It's on biosecurity. Let me tell you how important biosecurity is with all the viruses and diseases that go around. You got to know how to decontaminate your birds. We put up a video on this show to show you what to do with your birds, how to keep your birds safe, and how to keep them healthy. It's very important. You don't want to bring in outside birds. And next thing you know, you got the circle virus, you got the Andino virus. So we put out a video to help you new beginners in that area. We hope that you apply some of these things and we move forward. One of the new things that we also have on the show is Fancier Showcase, where we're going to showcase a fancier. We chose Mr. Oliver Henderson from Oakland, California. He's a deep spinner flyer. We showcased him on our show, and we also put up his videos on our Facebook page. So if you can, go to our Facebook page, and you're going to see Oliver Henderson. We put up his videos 7, 9, and 10. This guy is deep into the deep spinner pigeon, also known as the roller pigeons. And we want to hear from everybody. Again, ladies, we want to hear from you. If you have something unique going on, we would love to do a profile on you, profile your loft, profile your system, whether it's a breeding system. We want to hear from you. We want you to reach out to us here at the Pigeon Academy. We hope you enjoyed today's show, and here it is coming to you now. Hey, we're back here at the Pigeon Academy, and we're doing our first segment of Fancier Showcase here on the show. And we picked a very unique and fascinating brother out in Oakland, California. His name is Oliver Henderson. He's into the deep spinner pigeons, also known as the roller pigeons. And he runs a loft out there. It's called ZLS Loft. That's ZLFS Loft. And the brother's got some really bad spinners. Not only are they great spinning birds, but the colors on these birds is phenomenal. I saw his videos. We reached out to him from the Pigeon Academy, and he was courteous enough to talk to us. He promised us the interview. We told him that we would be showcasing him. We're going to give out some information now, and it's also going to come up on the screen. So you're going to be able to go to his website, which is deepspinnerslife.ning.com. That's deepspinnerlife.ning.com. You can also reach Oliver direct if you want to know more about this spinner pigeon. You want to know about the spinner hobby. You can give him a direct call. He's at 501-830-8595. That's 501-830-8595. You can also find him on YouTube, because that's where I found Oliver. He's on YouTube under Deep Spinner Pigeons under Oliver Henderson. We're also showcasing Oliver in this first segment on our Facebook page on the Pigeon Academy. We've downloaded his videos from YouTube. We've downloaded videos 7, 9, and 10. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Oliver Henderson. We're getting ready to go through the 5 steps of decontamination for new birds. Whether you've gotten some new birds, whether you've gotten some strays that you've caught, we're going to go through the 5 steps. There's 2 videos that we're going to add to this, and we're going to walk you through it. This information is for you new flyers. This is how you take care of your birds. This is a guide. There's many ways to do it, but this is a guide to take you through how to decontaminate your birds so your birds will be safe in your loft. We're going to go to video 2. We're here doing the decon treatment of the 2 birds. We're going to just run through it real quick. What we got here is we got 2 birds that we're going to use in this demo to decon. And then we got our products here. This is our #1 friend here. This is a 5-gallon bucket that you can purchase from Home Depot. This is a loft manager's best friend. Now here's the sequence as we said in the introduction. We're going to dump the first bird into the water. This is all you want to do. After you purchase some birds, it doesn't matter, like we said before. It doesn't matter who the handler is. All you want to do is dunk the bird. We use an Ideal bath salt. We're going to show that product. But if you notice one thing that we have, cameraman, if you could zoom up, we got our gloves on. This is the #1 thing that you got to make sure you do. You have to protect yourself at all times, because when you're dealing with new birds, you don't know what you're getting. And be advised, when you first handle these birds and you start putting water on them, you might encounter some mites. You might encounter some bugs. So be aware of that. Do the bird's feet. Cameraman, you getting this? Dunk the bird in really good. It's not about getting the birds and then putting them in your coop and looking at them and seeing how pretty they are. You got to take them through the decon first. Do their head, do their face, make sure they clean. This is all about having a nice clean loft, clean birds. And of course the loft manager got to maintain his health too. Okay? See, he's struggling. You're going to encounter that. The bird's going to be looking all ugly after you deal with them. But it's all about getting the birds to be clean. Sometimes it's a rough treatment because some birds are just wilder than others. And you see this bird, he's taking it pretty rough. But this bird has been done. Okay? The product that we used on this, cameraman, if you could zoom up, we used Ideal bath salt. Now we made the water as hot as possible. We're in cool weather environment, but we made the bath water as hot as possible. This is the first step to the decontamination. Now here's the second step. It's simple. Let the birds dry off. Once the birds dry off in this demo, we're going to act like this bird has dried off. And the product that we're using today, you see feathers, we're going to be encountering feathers, is Country Vet Farm and Dairy CV80D. This is what we use. You can use whatever you get your hands on, as long as it has the chemicals to treat lice and mites. Make sure you're downwind. Cameraman, you're gonna come over here to make sure you're downwind. No, step back, cameraman. Step back. Just gonna make sure that you're downwind because we're getting ready to shoot chemicals in the air. And all you want to do is spray under the wing. Spray under the bird's wing. Don't spray the bird in his face. Spray up under his wing. Spray his behind. So you're going to encounter different things. The top came off, but that's all good. Spray the bird on his backside. Spray him in his neck area. Cameraman, you getting all this? Now this bird has been completely done. This is what you want to do with all the birds. Now make sure that you take out any food and water, because once you spray them with the spray contains chemicals. Always read the directions. The spray contains some harmful chemicals, and you want to make sure you at least feed the birds before you deal with spraying the bird, so that way the bird has had a good meal, because you don't want these chemicals mixing with their food and their water. The bird can get very sick. This is phase 1 and phase 2. We're back for phase 3, 4, and 5 of the decontamination part of the show. One of the things that we want to do, we already did a video to show that we attacked the external parts of the bird, which was we dumped the bird in Ideal bath salt. Once the bird dried off, we then sprayed the birds for lice and mites. The third phase is this. Once the bird finished drying, now you got to remember, all these birds that you bring in, you want to run them through the same phase. You want to separate these birds from your other birds. You don't want to bring these birds and put them right into your coop. You want to have a decontamination area or cleaning area. Now we're going to ready to go through phase 3. These are things that I've used, and these are things that other loft guys have wrote about, and they're highly recommended. One of the things you want to do is you want to treat the birds for canker. Now we use a basic canker treatment. Got Spartrix in it. You can get any canker treatment, whether it's for the water, whether it's for pills. I like using the pills because they're easy. You just pop them out and you put them down the bird's throat, and you go from there. After we do the bath and the spray, the next phase is treat them for canker. Treat the bird for canker right away. The phase after that is maybe a day after that. Treat the bird for worms. Now you want to start attacking the inner core of the bird. We already did the outside of the bird. Now we're going to start attacking the inside of the bird. Treat the bird for worms. After you've gone through treating the bird for canker, treating the bird for worms, you now want to mix him with really good probiotic. And what we use is, we use Primalac. I don't have the container for Primalac, so I keep my Primalac here. And this is a solution that I use real quick. And I'm going to show you how we mix it up. This is the actual holder that comes with the Primalac. And all you want to do is take a nice little scoop of this. That's all it takes. Is a nice little scoop. Okay? You want to get a mixer. Okay? You want to get a nice mixer, add a little bit of water. And you want to dump that a little bit of Primalac in. Primalac has got probiotics in it. This is for 1-day use. Then you want to take some apple cider vinegar. This is a very good product. And all you want to use is just a capful. It's really strong. You're going to see the birds back off of it. And all you want to use is a capful. That's all you want to use. You want to use your Primalac. You want to use your apple cider vinegar. You then want to mix it up in a separate container. Get it nice and mixed up. Get it nice and mixed up. Again, we're dunking, spraying, treating for canker. We're going to treat for worms all within a week's time. And then you finish the week off with your probiotics. You pour it into a watering container of this size. You pour it in and you give it to your birds. You make enough for 1 day. The birds will get a nice treatment of Primalac. It's going to tighten up their digestive tract. It's going to push out any bacteria. It's also going to push out, help them release any worms or anything. You want to clean their system out. So by the end of the week, you want to have achieved the birds are clean externally from lice and mites and whatever other parasites might come with the birds. Because I'm going to tell you, you're going to encounter bugs. You're going to encounter bugs as you get birds. And you're going to be surprised when you buy birds from different people. You're going to think the birds are going to be clean. It's not their fault, but bugs do travel. During the travel, bugs get on birds. So once you've achieved all of this, again, you want to dunk, spray, treat for canker, treat for worms, and then you want to get into their digestive tract. And the last one, I would always recommend that you shoot for PMV and then use a booster in another 45 days, and you go from there. Protect your birds at all times, and your birds will be healthy. It's the Pigeon Academy. The Pigeon Academy is reaching out to all tippler men and women, whether you're flying, breeding, or a show tippler. We're reaching out to you to become members of the ATU, which is the American Tippler Union. You can become a member by visiting their website at www.atu.tipplers.com, or you can reach out to the CO, Chris Reyes, at 646-302-1135. They've been established since 1967, and this is open to all tri-state residents and also to some out-of-state people. They have their monthly meetings. They have their Young Bird Show, the Old Hen Show. The best bird of the year is in December, and let me tell you, these guys are really big, and they come out and show for the Big Apple Show, which is the big stage, which is getting ready to come up. They also do a Christmas party, and don't forget, when you join the ATU, you get certified registered bands. You can purchase your certified registered bands through the ATU. That way you can have your birds legitimate, and you can move forward with a very positive program. Remember, there's strength in numbers, there's unity, camaraderie, and there's a lot of knowledge and experience if you become an ATU member. I hope to see you at the meetings and be involved in the building of the tippler hobby. You're looking for somebody to cater one of your parties, summer barbecues, or family event? Just give J-Dub Ribs a call. That's John Lewis at J-Dub Ribs, one of the best barbecue pitmen in the state of New York. This guy could cook ribs, chicken. Guy makes smoked turkey. You talking about some delicious food? Give J-Dub Ribs a call. Very affordable prices. You can reach J-Dubs at 347-819-7710. That's 347-819-7710. That's J-Dub Ribs. You looking for some birds? You looking for some feed? You looking for some equipment for your loft? You looking to connect with other fanciers? Man, head over to United Pigeon Feed Pigeon Shop on 1461 Blondell Avenue in the Bronx, New York. That's 10461. or just give them a call. That's 718-828-7460. That's 718-828-7460. Man, I'm headed over there now. Not only that, but you can catch them on Sundays at 10 a.m. when they do their auctions. They're bringing in tiplets, rollers, ball heads, young homers. Just head over to United Pigeon Feed Company on Blondell in the Bronx, New York. They also have a store out in Long Island. Guys, gals, I'll see you over there. Hey, if you want to contact us here at the Pigeon Academy, feel free to go to our Facebook page and see us on Pigeon Academy. Like our page. If you want to see us on YouTube, please subscribe to our show on YouTube, where you can find us at the Pigeon Academy Show. You can also send us an email if you have any questions, any comments, you're looking to do an interview, you got anything on a subject matter that you need some clarity on, or you got a project that you think you can work with us on, please email us at pigeonacademy25@yahoo.com. That's pigeonacademy25@yahoo.com. If you want to call me direct, Rodney G, aka You Talk Too Much, call me direct at 347-299-1480. That's 347-299-1480. All right, we're back from commercial break. And here's the question of the day. The question is, which pigeon here in the United States holds the winningest record in old bird racing? Again, which racing pigeon holds the winningest record here in the United States? Now, I'm going to presume that this is a combine and club pigeon, because of course we all know that here in the United States it's all about young bird racing, but I'm curious to find out who holds the winningest record in old bird racing here in the United States. Is it Sure Bet? Is it Thunder? Is it Lightning? Is it Mona Lisa? Which pigeon is it? Let's do some postings. Let's see what we can come up with, and let's see if we can get some information on this. Here's one of the stories I'd like to tell on the Pigeon Academy. It's a personal story of my own. This is something that we're going to be also doing. We're going to be telling stories of our experience and other fanciers' experience. 3 years ago, before I even bought a pigeon, I was traveling around trying to locate a pigeon shop, and I came across the pigeon store on Blondell, Andrew's Pigeon Pet Shop in the Bronx. And I found the place. It was open, and I came through, and I met a gentleman there, an older gentleman, a senior flyer. His name is Guillo. They call him Old Man Guillo from the Bronx. And I started talking to the brother about, I wanted to fly pigeons again. And the brother was so motivated by my motivation that he went and he got a CD for me. And he was like, look, take this CD, look at it. It'll tell you everything you wanted to know about racing pigeons. Because I was telling him I wanted to get into the racing pigeon sport. And he was like, take this CD. It's going to tell you everything you need to know about racing pigeons. I took the CD. As soon as I got home, I popped it in to my CD player, and I believe the CD was titled Blue Sky, and in the CD was a message for me, and the message was there was a farmer in Belgium, and he was getting ready to go into the race season, and this farmer had one pigeon, and he had this pigeon in a farm. He didn't have the pigeon in a coop or loft. He had the pigeon in his farm, up on the top of his farm, single bird, single hole, and the only thing he was able to do was put feed and water up there. And the bird flew. There was barely any training, and the bird just flew around the farm. And he entered that bird into the race season, and he was going up against the Queen's birds. You talking $50,000 loft, 200 birds being trained, a handler. Check this out, a paid handler to manage the Queen's loft. And that race season, that farmer he put it on the queen. I mean, it's a rags to riches story. This guy went and he capitalized and he won a lot of prize money that year with that one bird, and he put it on the queen and he put it on all those other racers, and they showed the transformation. He went from being a farmer to being well off because the prize money was very high in the races he obviously had raced in, and it showed me. I said, no matter how big or how small, like they say, it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. And that was a clear message to me to get myself started, regardless if I had a big pigeon coop or if I had the smallest pigeon coop. And right now I have the smallest loft in my club. But the message was you can compete with one bird or 1,000 birds, but you got to be competing. And I thought it was an outstanding message. Every time I see that brother, I always say, thanks, Gio, for the tape, because you never know when the message is going to come, when it's going to, who it's going to come from. And it was an outstanding message. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching and listening to the Pigeon Academy show. We'd like to thank you for your time and listening, and we hope you've enjoyed the show. We like to close this show with our famous words, which are Pigeon fanciers live forever. Thank you.